Okay. The story, as I remember it, as it happened, as I'm telling it, oh God. Well, here it goes. I arrived home from work at 6 o'clock, and my wife Myra was upstairs in the dressing room getting ready for the party. So I went to the refrigerator to get a bottle of champagne. Rosita, the Spanish cook, was in the kitchen with Ramona, her Spanish sister, and Romero, her Spanish son. They were preparing an Italian dinner, and they were waiting for Myra to tell them when to start the dinner. As I was heading upstairs, I thought to myself, I can't believe that it's my 10th wedding anniversary and I still love my wife as much as I do. Myra was putting on the perfume I bought her for Christmas. I purposely buy it because it drives me crazy. I tap on her door. Tap, tap, tap. Myra opens the door and I hand her a glass of champagne. I make a toast to the most beautiful wife that a man ever had for 10 years. And she says, to the best 10 years a beautiful wife ever had. We drink. We kiss. We toast again. I say, to the loveliest skin that never aged a day in 10 wonderful years. And she says, to the gentlest hands that ever stroked the loveliest skin that never aged a day in 10 wonderful years. We drink. We kiss. We toast. We drink. We kiss. We toast. And by 7 o'clock, the bottle is completely empty. My wife, Myra, is sloshed, and I am completely toasted. And then I smell that perfume. Oh, the perfume I could never resist. And in that moment, I loved my wife with more passion and ardor than the night we were newlywed. And I tell you this, not with embarrassment, no, but with pride and joy for a love that grows stronger and more lasting as each day passes. And as we lay there spent, naked, complete in our happiness, there's a sudden knock at the door. Knock, knock, knock. The door opens and there's standing a strange young man holding a knife in his hand. My wife Myra screams, "Ah!" I jump out of my bed, run to the dresser where I keep my pistol. I run back inside, ready to save the life of my wife, when I hear the young man say something in Spanish. Yo quiero diablo enchilada, porque hace un minuto. I point my gun at him because I'd never seen Rosita's son Romero before. I didn't understand Spanish. He was asking us if it was time to heat up the dinner yet. The knife was just to cut up the salad. So I point my gun at him. My wife Myra grabs my arm, pulls it back. Bang! I end up shooting myself in the earlobe. I'm bleeding all over Myra's new dress. Romero runs downstairs to tell Rosita and Ramona what happened. Mamacita, mamacita, mira que pasa de boca allá. El hombre que loco que bang, bang. The crazy man took a shot at him. So Rosita, Ramona, and Romero leave off in a huff in their Alfa Romeo. Since I bled all over Myra's new dress, she puts on a bathrobe, runs downstairs to try to stop them because the guests are starting to arrive, and she knows without a dinner there'd be no party. But they leave off anyway. It's now 8 o'clock. I go to the window and I think someone's trying to steal my beautiful old Mercedes. So I point my gun at them and I take another shot. Bang! I run downstairs looking for Myra, but she was looking for a dress to wear because her dress had blood all over it. So she goes to the basement where we keep the cedar chest. She's looking for that dress we wore last year for Bombs for Israel, and she can't find the light switch. So she trips down the staircase, passes out in the darkness. When I go down there, I can't see her. I see that the door's still open. I think that crazy young kid's gonna come back upstairs and hurt us. So I close the door and I lock it. Not knowing that she's still down there, I go run upstairs because the hole in my ear is killing me. So I'm looking for some aspirin, but there's blood on my fingers and it gets in my eyes and I accidentally take 4 Valium by mistake. I go back inside my room and I'm starting to hear the guests arrive. And I want to go downstairs and tell them so badly to look for Myra, but suddenly I can't speak because of the Valium. So I write a note. I start to write the note and it looks like gibberish. I'm afraid they'll think it's a suicide note and call the police. And my friend Glenn Cooper was coming tonight and it'd be horrible for his campaign to get mixed up in a suicide attempt. So I tear up the note, I flush it down the toilet, I go back in my room, I'm bleeding all over the white rug. They run upstairs asking me, what happened? What happened? And before I could tell them what happened, I pass out on my bed. And that's the whole goddamn story. Just as sure as my name is Charlie Bronk,